Hey, how's it going, everybody? Been a bit since we've done a prediction video, and unfortunately, the first time I did this, the video crashed. So we're trying it all over again. We're going to try to go through these quickly and doing it a little bit differently. Winter Major, Dreamhack San Diego is coming up this week, and I'm going to go through the 16 teams, the 4 groups, kind of talk my thoughts. I already have the predictions done. If you guys want to see the full thoughts and opinions on that, we did it on stream today. I can link to that full video down below, like the VOD. But primarily, we're going to just kind of focus on why I did the predictions, what I did, some of the cool storylines going in, some narratives to pay attention to if you don't know who to like root for, maybe some dark horses, and then kind of just talk the process through. Things to get out of the way. Number one, apologies for the rendering of the last video. It rendered as a short instead of a 2K quality video. Really frustrating for me too. The footage was already gone. Number two, that video still has a lot of information. If you want to know what to expect, scheduling, things to know, where to buy stuff, the video still has all the resources you need. And then other than that, I will be at the major. I will be in San Diego if you want to come say hi. I will be the bad guy if I'm busy. Do not be afraid to come say, hey, what's up? I'd much rather be like, hey, I'm busy, one sec, give me a little bit, and then we can talk or sign or pictures or whatever you want to do. Never want to get a tweet or a message that's like, I was too nervous to. Let me be that person. Please come say hi. It's very wholesome and humbling, and I love it. So please don't be afraid to. With that said, we're going to jump straight into these and kind of go through the process. Some of these are done with the ability to have some parity and not just do one size fits all and pick the best team that I think is going to win kind of stuff. But overall, we'll go group by group. We'll try to make these as quick as possible. First things first, I think in Group A, FaZe is a clear winner. While G2 is great, I think they've struggled to really take that next step when it comes to lands lately. While their losses did come from like from Moist and Oxygen, G2 to me just has this like monkey on their back. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a mental hurdle or what, but I think FaZe right now is the clear favorite. They look absolutely dominant, offense and defense. Offense is super creative. First Killer's passing more rather than just shooting everything, and their defense with misses really become solidified. So I think it's recreatable on LAN, and it makes them dangerous. Outside of that, I think the big deciders are going to be between Crew and G1. G1, I think, is only defensive, and while Dorito played extremely well last time, and Atomic's great, Mark by 8 back on LAN for the first time in a long time since the BDS situation. Really exciting narratives. I do have some concerns. Crew also has the Sam number 2 buff. Sam's second seed has notoriously surprised some people, and I think Crew's going to continue to do that. Drops a player to definitely pay attention to. To me, that's a decider match. I would love to see some familiarity between FaZe and G2 going the distance, like a game 5 OT, to be the decider of who gets first seed, top 8, and who goes into the bracket in lower round 1. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So it's kind of what I've got, but primarily I think things are as assumed. The big decider is between these two. For Group B, a lot of people think in the group of death, if Falcons shows up the way that people want them to, I personally don't know if it's going to. Right out of the gate, I try to create some parity and make these all go 1-2 and just flip-flop some results just to give us some fun. Fun things. K-Corp, no pressure, the blue wall, you're not at home. I'm assuming now that you've been exposed to that and you know those pressures, you are going to look as good as you always do. I think K-Corp has a really good chance to make a run this time around, and not just because they are the team that they are and they've gone to the grand finals every regional. Vitality, Alpha 54 back on land, really exciting. Don't know what Rados and Cezanne are going to be able to do. But I do hope they have a kick in the pants and they are putting in the hours with Farah to show that, hey, we are here to compete because we know our spot is on the line. As for Dignitas, no expectations. Yes, Drees is your veteran talent on land, which is kind of crazy to think about. Andy's representing Wisconsin, where I'm from, which I think is really, really cool. Good opportunities for the young blood to get some love and showcase on land, which is a different experience, especially with Dreamhack walkthrough traffic. Falcons, I just haven't seen it lately in land performances. Maybe this is the one. I don't know. Hopefully they can attend with the visa issues that we've seen from the casters already with Johnny and Shogun and stuff. But I do have a 3-way tie, and even with a 3-way tie, you then go to game differentials, which is another tie. So you go to the head-to-head differentials and stuff, which Falcons wins. So tough loss there from Dignitas, but I do want to see more international competition in the top 12. So that's what I've got. As for Group C and Group D, Group C, to me, Team Liquid, second place in Regional 2, first place in Regional 3. New playstyle doing that with only 3 weeks of practice. They got another month under the belt to put it together. I think Xperia has a great system over there that they're trying to implement, and the boys on LAN always tend to surprise. So Team Liquid to me is a team that is being taken lightly by some and should not be. I think Team Liquid clears this group and looks really good. I don't want to discredit Team Secret, though. I do have them putting a pretty good fight in the third and final round, as I do think Team Secret has been looking better and better and trying to show their improvement in the SAM region. And being honest with Ground Zero, I don't know what to expect out of them. I've seen some hit and miss. Regional 1 and 2, they were in the grand finals. Regional 3, I think they dropped out of. It's been interesting over in OCE, but I think them getting Gaming Gladiators in the group is a blessing. Do not take Gladiators lightly, though. In the most recent Corelli $1,000 tournament, they did go to 7 against Dignitas. So OSM and those boys have been in Grand Rapids, Michigan with James Bot, playing out of the production company he has there, where they ran the Turf Wars tournament with Rizzo, and they've been grinding a lot. So hopefully those boys do make some moves. But yeah, between OSM, LCT, and stuff, I just don't know if they have the merit to beat Ground Zero, who has a bit better competition in their area. So potential, but I just think it's unlikely. As for Group D, I think Oxygen is a LAN team. Adding Rise to that team is scary. I think Oxygen, as they get warmed up, is going to look better and better and should make a pretty deep run. I have Oxygen almost guaranteed as a top 4, just like they did the whole time during regionals. As for GenG, we did a little bit of memery here to create some parity in the group of death, at least my group of death. I think Pioneers Hunter could be that guy. I'm hoping it happens. And we create some interesting narratives as well. GenG does tend to start a little bit slow. Plus, do you really want GenG guaranteed top 8? Because bracket play is their bread and butter. We've seen it so many times when they don't go first in groups and then they make a miraculous run. With that said, Pioneers, why not? Why not in 5 in the first one? We'll see if that happens. It'll be fun if it does. The other crazy thing here, and the way I have stuff set up, if Complexity, if things go according to this, do not win in 4, Pioneers gets their spot. So something to consider. I think it's a lot harder than it looks. But yeah, this group is pretty spicy. I have things done a certain way to create some fun moments and some fun narratives. So primarily, though, if this happens, I think Complexity's got a lot to prove. CRR on LAN is always exciting. We saw what he did in Gamers 8. Hopefully that translates over. Again, Dreamhacks, RLCS are a different experience. So I hope they all have fun doing it. That jumps into playoffs, gives us our top 12. I do think Complexity is better than Vitality, but Vitality on LAN might play upset, so I have it going to 5. I think this one's going to come down to a couple moments or a couple big mistakes. I do not like that Sam is playing each other, but it does guarantee them a top 8, which is really good with the top 4 they got in fall. I just think Team Secret's a better team overall. G2 should clear Ground Zero, and then GenG Falcons. I believe in GenG in that bracket and the bounce back versus Team Falcons. Things to consider for everybody who is unaware. All of these matches, round 1 and round 2, there's 16 of them, will be played on Thursday, and that'll be on an A stream and a B stream. All of round 3 matches will be played then on Friday. On Saturday, they will be playing these matches, and then 2 quarterfinals, and then Sunday will be 2 quarterfinals, 2 semis, 2 grands, which changes a lot, in my opinion. So this is going to be the start of Saturday, which I think fun matches to kick it off. But those 2 quarterfinals are going to be spicy. Realistically, I think this matchup is a recreation of what we got the last major, which I didn't even plan. Liquid was up 3-1 in that and probably should have went to the grand finals, in my opinion. But GenG shown resilience. School, another fight. I'm really excited to watch that series. K-Corp G2 to follow that up. You can't really go wrong. I think that's another really enticing match. I just think K-Corp, without the pressures, and now that they've been exposed to it, like I said, gives them a chance to really fight and move forward. Maybe G2 falls into some comfort and gets a recreation of LA like we did last winter major. Who knows? You just never know. A lot of veteran talent that can really step up at any point. I think Oxygen getting some advantages over Team Secret. I think they are the better team. I think they're stacked heavily in their favor. And on LAN, I think that team's really, really solid. Between Archie and Rise on LAN, I think Oxygen's going to be great. And then FaZe Complexity. I just haven't seen Complexity beat any of the top dogs in NA. Don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, unless the land buff is real, which I just don't see it. I think FaZe is a clear favorite on that one. That gives us then our top 4, which I am very happy about. I think that would be really exciting to watch those matches. The thing I will note is that 2 of these matches are going to be on Championship Sunday. And I really do believe that whoever wins in that like Championship Sunday quarterfinal has a big advantage, because you get real setup. You are playing competition. like actual things are on the line, not just scrims. And having that warm up, then going into a semifinal match an hour later, because you'll play your match, you'll wait an hour, and then you'll play your semifinal match, I think is a huge advantage. I think it's a really big deal. So whichever quarterfinals they play on Championship Sunday, I think those teams, I'm going to be tracking to see if it makes a difference or not. I hope I'm proven wrong, but there's no perfect way of scheduling these. FaZe Oxygen, I just think Oxygen has Rise on their team, and if they go to 7, the ice is going to prevail. So we had to have FaZe go forward because I do want NA versus EU in the finals. I prefer the parity myself. I think both teams are fully capable at that point. These matches are going to be a little bit more telling of who wins. I know none of these predictions are going to be right, and if they are, I'm lucky. So Liquid and K-Corp, Game 7 OT. I don't care who wins, just give me a nail biter. Make it really, really exciting for me. I think that's just a fun matchup to watch. I think you're talking Liquid's new playstyle is incredible. K-Corp, people are intimidated when they play them, and rightfully so. They are very threatening. So I think Itachi doesn't get enough love, and you still got Vatira and Exotic to talk about. So Exotic is criminally underrated. He went to Gamers 8, improved his own value, and then immediately got picked up, and K-Corp's been dominant since. So Vatira, who many argue is the best in the world, it's a good team. Team Liquid, though, a lot of talent as well. So curious to see how that plays out. I do have a Liquid winning in the grand finals, though. Again, I personally don't really have any care in who wins and who doesn't. I just want to see good matchups that give us exciting moments. So that is what I have for my predictions. With that said, curious on what you guys have. Let me know in the comments down below. Who's your top 8? Who you got winning? What are your matchups? What things are you excited for? Any really cool storylines that you think should be talked about? All that stuff down below. Make sure to share with the community so they can also see it. And maybe give you a person to cheer alongside with. But that is what I have for today's video. As always, greatly appreciate the love and support. Like, subscribe, notifications, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.